It's time for you to start forgetting everything you think you've learned about how to conquer a woman. Why? Because you may still have time to learn the 5 truths about women that many men learn too late. If you're watching this video, it's because this information interests you, and I can assure you that you must know it. Everything we have learned about women throughout our lives is based on experiences from past generations, which is why it's very common nowadays for men to think that it's not worth the effort to pursue a woman. And the truth is that what was learned about this topic by past generations either no longer exists or has transformed. Before we begin, I invite you to subscribe and activate notifications so that you don't miss any new videos. Let's get started. 1. She will show no mercy in testing you. I start with this because it is perhaps the most important lesson you need to learn about female behavior. This is a truth that can be very painful, but accepting it will completely change your perspective on women. Keep in mind that practically everything a woman does to you, whether consciously or unconsciously, is specifically designed by her natural selection process to test your manhood. Remember that in a previous video we talked about how women always seek the alpha? This truth is based on that premise. A woman's primal instinct is to determine if you are a strong and stable man, capable of achieving your goals and obtaining the best survival opportunities. This is one of the reasons why women always look for a man who is far beyond what they are willing to settle for. Have you heard the saying that men look for dates by looking down while women do the complete opposite? It has a lot to do with this because men tend to seek women who are below their status to become their alpha. However, high-value women test you to see if you are the one who can provide them security, and if you fail, rest assured that they will lose all respect and attraction they had for you. Of course, it's possible that you didn't know this, and that's why you get frustrated when you fail the tests and can't secure a second date, complaining about your own experiences when, in reality, it's due to your ignorance. It's time for you to stop drowning in this ignorance by subscribing to the channel and activating notifications. Of course, all of this is easily solvable. You just need to understand the tests you are subjected to during an encounter and stay firm in satisfying her, focusing primarily on your ultimate goal, which is success, regardless of the situation you find yourself in. Remember that she doesn't care about what you're going through at that moment. She will continue to test you. Remember this: a man who can align his dating life with his purpose is a man who is guaranteed success. Therefore, it's time for you to stop falling into her temptations. I know it's difficult, and start succeeding in your dates. Do you think that if you miss an important appointment to be with her, she won't see it as a sign that you're capable of also failing her? That's why you should discard the idea of skipping a meeting or a previously committed engagement to go on a date with her because it's a test. It's better for her if you stay firm in your goals and commitments. That will drive her crazy for you. Of course, this doesn't mean you have to become an obsessed person who hates women. But learn the difference between pleasing your woman and sacrificing your own purpose in return. 2. Keeping them is a challenge. It's not true that happily ever after lasts forever. This false illusion has caused much frustration in millions of couples around the world and has led to countless breakups. Women think that if their relationship isn't happy all the time, then you don't deserve their respect. On the other hand, it has also harmed men who believe that once they have a woman, they can relax and enjoy her company for the rest of their lives. Do you know what this leads to? They end up being abandoned, and the woman goes off with a man who actually did the work that was supposed to be done by him, filling their relationship with love. The truth is that day after day, you must tirelessly make an effort on yourself, without straying from the path that led you to her heart in the first place, building the future you desire together. You will never know if your girl will leave you for another man, but at least it won't weigh on your conscience that you didn't do everything possible to give her everything she deserved and build a beautiful relationship. I don't want you to feel offended by this. They are simply truths we cannot escape. And if it hurts, it's because you probably have never been told the truth and have lived in illusions your whole life. Don't confuse my words. Love and the game of conquest are exquisite, but you must understand that they are only small spaces in your relationship. What is truly challenging is building a strong relationship with discipline, where both of you contribute your share. Don't falter because the moment she notices you starting to stray from the path, love will slowly fade away. The only unconditional love is that of your mother, and none other. 3. Emotional men are not their favorites. Lately, there has been so much emphasis on the importance of men's feelings that I believe it may be shifting the essence of the alpha male in a relationship. And I'm not against men having emotions in a relationship, but rather the perspective that a weak man is more attractive to women. Today, it is believed that the more emotional and weak a man is, the more attractive he is to women and the more accepted he is by the community in general. The truth is that this ends up being detrimental because while women want to feel loved and cared for by their man, they will always prefer a strong man who is not afraid to speak his mind. You need to find the perfect balance between your emotions towards the woman you love and the emotional control that society expects from a man. This will make the woman feel protected and valued by your side. Crying in front of them on the first date or in the early stages will only set you back from any progress you've made because she doesn't expect a crying baby, she wants a man who provides security. Now, I don't mean to say that you don't have the right to break down, but a man's vulnerability should only be shown to the right woman, not just anyone. 4. She will seek any opportunity to dominate you. Just take a look at average modern couples and you'll notice that something is changing: a strong woman who dominates, and a fragile, weak, and submissive man. Although it may be common, it's not truly normal. You might argue that times are changing, but nature is primitive, and sooner or later these women will grow tired of men who are unable to take control of the relationship and act as the alpha male. This is partly because we've fallen into the trap of the previous point, the false belief that men should show vulnerability. This has penetrated the minds of men so deeply that they are no longer capable of being dominant without feeling guilty or giving in to reproaches. Even though we may not like it, there must always be a balance: one dominant individual and one submissive. It's like a boss-employee relationship, king and queen, any type of relationship you can think of. It's impossible to have two dominants in the same relationship. If you don't maintain your natural dominant role, she will take advantage of you and take charge of the relationship. This is the bitter truth, and what follows this truth is the harshest reality: she will get bored and leave you. It's not wrong for women to embrace their feminine side, that delicate, relaxed, and modest nature that drives us men crazy, as we only want to protect and care for them. Of course, this doesn't mean that women should be submissive and confined to their homes. On the contrary, an empowered woman who knows what she truly wants in life can only be complemented by a strong man who provides her with security. 5. The biggest mistake is trusting her word. Often, men trust their partner's words without suspecting that they are being deceived or blatantly lied to. This blind trust can result from women's ability to easily deceive men with their gentle gestures and tones while secretly conspiring. It is crucial to learn how to read a partner's actions and compare them to their words to avoid being deceived. These lessons are best learned in the real world, and unfortunately, most men learn them too late. Therefore, these tips should be used as a tool to help oneself. Did you feel uncomfortable with everything I said in the video? It could be because you have been deceived your whole life, and the truth can be painful. But don't worry, this is the first step to disconnecting from the matrix and starting your journey toward success with the opposite sex. Did you already know any of these truths? Let me know in the comments, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. Until next time.